YouTube. A couple of weeks ago I showed you my plans for another part of my renovations of my 1975 Tasmanian house, and we have had the slab poured. We now have the same height, that's just there to stop the D-bot from coming through. We now have the same height floor as the rest of the house, which is wonderful, and also slightly higher than the laundry because for some unknown reason when the house was built the floor sloped back this way, and so water ran this way if the washer overflowed or something like that. So that's fixed. The laundry is going to be done eventually, going to re-tile in there. So now we have this lovely new slab. It was poured a week ago, so it's still drying out, but it's beautiful. And probably the best bit is I've now got the height here that any water that comes at the front doesn't come into the front of this. I did have to make some temporary supports for the windows. They'll get cut off at concrete height, and then I'm making new frames underneath the windows, and that'll just be gyprocked. The other thing, of course, I had to do was cut about 220 mil off the bottom of the doors, and so now we have this lovely step at the front, and I still have to, the doors will have to be cut further because I have to make a new base for the door jamb. But in fact, we're going to change these doors so they open inwards, and because we've cut off so much from the bottom, it's now going to be uneven. So we'll take a bit more off the top, a little bit more off the bottom, and keep them even, and change the swing of the doors so they go inside. Hello, dog. Hello, viewers. So yes, lovely new slab. Dog's demonstrating the step, and wonderful. So the other project I've been working on whilst I've been waiting for the concrete slab to cure is I've been doing some more driveway works, and it kind of linked into this front entry to the original garage and it's very hard to tell on the video, but for some unknown reason they made this a bit high, so water tends to pool back towards here. That's not so much of a problem now that we've got our new slab and we've got 220 mil higher there. But what we want to do eventually is actually put a little decking area, sort of an alfresco area here, and cover over all of this horrible, lovely, crazy paving. All of this bitumen that's here is getting very cracked and very, again, very hard to show you on video, getting very uneven. And take you this way. And so I've tried to reduce the height of this crown here, bringing it down lower. Obviously I've got to bring in more driveway gravel, but eventually I'm going to rip up all of this bitumen, and this will all be compacted gravel driveway through here. So what I've been doing is I've reduced, as you can see, taken a fair bit off, about 150, 200 mil at this point down here of the driveway, which take the crown off this. Any water now goes this way rather than towards the house, it goes away from the house. And originally the driveway was bitumened, but of course over the years bitumen breaks up, tree roots move it, etc. So I've now actually ripped, with the little excavator, ripped all the bitumen up and compacted it back into the driveway, got it much flatter. So I've done all of this driveway down here, all the way down to the gate, and this is pretty much ready for rolling now, and then top coating and rolling with the new gravel. I've also done this area down the front here. This was terrible. This had patchy bitumen here and water would sit in it. I did fix all that when we first got the excavator, but I didn't know that you kind of had to rip up the original bitumen to make it work. The other major problem is that the garage stormwater was never plumbed into stormwater. So this side of the garage, not so much of a problem because it runs down and runs away, and I'm going to fix that. This side runs down here and into an ag pipe. So every time the wifey drove the Land Cruiser into the garage here, this would, during the rainy season of course, during the winter, this would all bubble up, and moisture was under the clay. There's another ag pipe outlet there. This was the same all through here. It all cracked and bubbled up. So I've now ripped up all of the bitumen from here. That's going to go off to fill in another spot of my property. And again, this is going to be compacted. I'm going to run stormwater from there and that side, and they'll come together here, and they'll eventually join into the stormwater which runs down to the front of the property. Again, all this bitumen eventually is going to go. It's not too bad at the moment. It's a little bit lumpy in spots, but that's all going to be gravel driveway. So it's been busy, still got a lot to do. The joys of owning a 1975 property, but every little bit makes it better and better. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. See you next week.